Today we will be talking about a useful collaboration tool called Slack, which can be used to facilitate classroom communications. Noticeably, no matter how much I like Slack as a tool, I understand that it is only a part of the big picture of instructional design. Let me explain. There are four major parts in the design process of a learning environment. Slack as a tool is the resources right here. Our job is to assign these resources to students so as to better facilitate the other three parts. Slack is awesome, but students are the center. Let's go back to the classroom activity itself. It is called Swap Debate. It is a group activity. Students will be required to bring laptop or tablet to the class, or they can simply use PC to run the Slack. And teachers will assign students different arguments and counter-arguments to work on. Students will then use the computer to go online and search for information. However, after they're done researching, instead of presenting their own material, students will be asked to swap the material with the opposite team. And then students will use the new material they get from the other team to build a new argument and then debate with the opposite team. Let's look at the goal here. The goal, of course, is to facilitate better classroom communication. But students should be encouraged to communicate face-to-face instead of just using the technological tool. Students are also not required to know every function of the software. Instead, students should be encouraged to find out what function of this particular software works better for them to achieve the goal. Okay, let's come back and see how can we get Slack. Teachers should first go to slack.com, use an email address to create a new team. It's very simple. And then after the team is created, he or she can use the email address to invite students to join the team. After everything is set, both teacher and student will come to this landing page of Slack, their team page. The first thing teacher need to explain to student is how channels works. Channel is the single most important function of Slack. By clicking the plus sign, anyone of the team can create a channel. They can make it public or private. They can add purpose to it. They can invite the person they want to invite to join their team. Channels are groups based on projects. Simply by creating the channels, people can have a space to communicate. But that's not all. One awesome function of Slack is that the channel are not only communication space but also databases. Students can simply jack the material and resources that they find useful onto the windows of Slack and then upload it. If while browsing the content, students found some useful content, they can simply download it. By clicking all files, they will be able to view all the materials that has ever been uploaded by any team members. The rest is obvious. Oh, I missed one point. Slack also has many social media functions, which can be used for peer review and other collaboration activities. When you see the good contents, you can simply like it, right? It's awesome. And then last part is each student group of the activity can have one or more channels. They can store their resources, and when they're asked to swap materials, yeah, it's obvious, right? They can just visit the channels of other groups. There are much more to explore for students for sure. But one belief behind the using of Slack is that technologies are here to facilitate communication, not to replace it. I hope everybody will find Slack useful and can combine Slack with other useful technology to facilitate communication. Thank you.